Howdy, folks. Thanks again for all the support. It's been a transitional period, but I spent a lot of my time crying like a little bitch. Like, "Oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?"
You can act like a man! Like an adult!
Thank you, Don Corleone. I will stand up and be a man. What I realized is the only change is now I just live in a house. I live in a house that doesn't move, and I'm just gonna save up my pennies so I can make it move again. So I just now live, like the vast majority of the population, in a stationary home. So I'm not homeless. I don't pay rent. But I'm going to try to make it live like a home as much as possible. Although my water pump is broken, I'm just going to run off good old hose power. I'm plugged in. I'm all right. Yeah. So let's get all set up then, shall we? Okay. As we've expressed before with the water system, there's two ways to get water. That is through your pump or through a hose. If you're on a hose, you're on hose pressure, so you don't need your water pump. So my water pump is jacked. However, I'm going to go off hose pressure. So sorry if the street noise is loud. It's because we're near a street. Yeah. So let's get that thing going. Yeah. As the water runs, it's dumping out everywhere, but it's coming from way back in there. I can see it pouring out underneath the gray water tank. I might possibly have to take the gray water tank out to really maybe get a good look at it. But before that, I'm going to try maybe an easier access route. Well, I pulled the shelves out, and I smell it kind of damp in here, and you could hear it from the inside. So I think I've definitely sussed out where the leak is coming from. Pulled this little panel off here, and it seems to be leaking at the 90. Which this sucks my buttocks, but it could be way worse. At least if I'm stuck here, I'm going to want to have some... As long as there's enough play on this pipe, which hopefully there... Yep, there's not. And I think they're glued together. If I get my stupid head in there, I can see something. Oh, they're completely disconnected. Well... Yeah, that's probably not good. I'm going to guess that's going to be the cause of the leak. I'm not sure if that's ice related or not. Let me go ahead and take this one off. Yeah, okay, well, there's that. That tells me that my weatherproofing system did work, because that's the one place I didn't get the heat tape to, so let that be a testament to how well the heat tape works. But I think what I'm going to do is, they're going to have to do, is, actually this could be way worse. This could be worse if it was another foot down that way or next to the gray water tank. At least right here, I see where it is, and I'm just going to have to cut this section of the floor out. They had this sort of Rudy Toot thing to keep the mice out, but I'm just going to have to cut a larger section here to be able to access. Because when the water was running, I also saw it coming up at the 90, pouring out right here. So I think this entire thing failed. But, yeah, so worst case, I can cut here, put a coupling on, and then attach it to the existing line down there. And hopefully nothing's broken farther down in. Alright, I'm going to use my handy dandy oscillating saw. Good for tight spots. Yeah, get in there, buddy. Alright, well, I got them pinched together. We're going to run the water and test it. It's not clamped in yet, but I think I'm going to pop it out and just glue the shit out of it. And hopefully that'll hold. It's already dripping. Yo, bro.
Yeah.
Why don't you run the water at the sink?
At the sink?
Yeah, that sink, kitchen sink. Both? Hot and cold. Just run the hot for a second. It's going to puke up because it's got air in the line.
Yeah, we're good, Dad.
They both running?
Yeah. Wait a minute. They're not running, but I turned the water off as well. Let me go turn it back on.
Nah, dog, nah. Good work, though. I'll use a baton twirler. Hiya! Okay, what I might do is I'm going to get some PVC glue and try to glue that thing together first, but if it doesn't work, this is only 20 cents. These little elbows here. And it's only $3, and it's cheaper than driving back and forth. So I'm going to get some glue as well. Let's go find some glue. When you're going to be connecting PVC pipe, you're going to need a primer. I like to drop them on the ground. I like the purple kind. Screw you, cans. I like the purple kind, and then I also like the orange PVC, but it comes in a nice little kit. Let's try it out. Alright, what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to glue this together first. I have enough slack here that if I do fuck up, I can take it off and then redo it with new PVC. So what you always do is you take this primer first. That cleans off all little impurity stuff. Can't really clean the inside of the other one, but I'm going to kind of glom as much of this on here as I possibly can. I don't know how effective that's going to be. But again, if I got to do the other thing, I'd have to cut it off anyway, so. Actually, in retrospect, I think that pipe was not leaking because of the weather. I think the hose pressure was so much that it blew it out. Because you just barely did a little quarter turn on it, and it was flying through there. So you gotta, that'd be a tip from the top. Just be careful when you're turning hose pressure on. Start small, just give yourself a little bit to see exactly how much you need before you just crank it all the way wide open like I just did. But I learned a lesson the hard way. Yeah, and when you kick it on, I would recommend you open everything. And again, just turn the pressure on just a little bit to see to where you get the water flowing where you need it to, and then leave it there. Alright, as far as heat, I still got my Mr. Buddy. And I got my tank. Here I can do, I'm still on, it's still February, so not for much longer, but I'm on, I can use that for all my heat. My problem I'm gonna have is that the built-in tank is, usually I have to drive somewhere to get it filled up. But luckily for me, before it broke down, I did fill it up, so it's actually full, and I'm only gonna use it for anything, just the range to cook on. And as I'm on power, I'll try to microwave when I can, so. It's about compromise, folks. Alright, if this thing does start, we won't have much time to do this. So what I'm trying to do is get the back levelers down because I'm going downhill. I got Homeboy outside with 2 blocks of wood, and if I do get it started, I want to drop it underneath the levelers to give me a little more support when I go to bring it up in the air. So let's see if this thing will go, and if it does go, like I said, you'll hear the engine knock real bad. Fuck off. Alright folks, well getting level is going to be a project for another day because I'm going to have to jump it off the house batteries, and I got to get ready to go on tour in a couple days, so I don't feel like messing with all that. I'm going to be just sleeping downhill again for a little while. But we got 2 of the 3 projects done. Like I said, I want to get power going, get my water running properly off hose pressure, and then get leveled up and get ready to be a regular ass house for a little bit. So I don't know, we'll play with that later. Well dudes, I'm sitting back and I'm having a cold one after a good hard day's work. I had a couple goals for today. One was hooked up to power. I want to get hooked up to power. I want to get hooked up to water, which I thought was going to be easy. I thought I was just going to hook the hose up and be able to run, but let that be a lesson to you. That hose pressure is high, and I cranked that thing wide open, and I think it blew the compression fittings out. I'll probably go back and put even though I glued the hell out of it, I'll probably put a compression little band on there just to keep it tight, just for peace of mind anyway. I wanted to get it leveled up, but I don't feel like jumping it and doing everything. I might move a little bit forward so I'm more level where I am, since we're going to be here for a minute. I'm turning my mobile home into a home. You got to adapt and overcome. The military said the key to military supremacy is flexibility. You got to be flexible for each situation. The propane, again, that might be an issue, as maybe there's a mobile thing, but I don't think I'll need it, because again, all I'm using it for is the range and occasionally the hot water heater when I wash my ass. But again, my showers are very quick. Yeah, so that's all right. We're getting settled in here. Again, I'm about to go on tour. Tour dates are on my website. Boop, right down there. So yeah, so I'm going to get everything set up and I get back here. My plan now is to get off the tour. I think I'm trying to get a job doing some framing, building houses and stuff. And I might just work my ass off, go into straight up work mode for a couple months, save up, then I can go into the rental and not have to work on a rental at the same time. I think that's my sort of plan. But I really wanted to say, before I sign off on this video, I need to give some big shout outs. Number one shout out to Mike. Awesome. I get this message, say, hey, call me. I think I can help you out with your situation. Call this guy, Mr. Mike, and he's like, yo, I did some looking around. He's in New Jersey, and he's like, I did some looking around. I called some guys. I know a little bit about engines, blah, blah, blah. This guy could do it for probably this price, under $1,000, maybe bored out. Some other engine talk I didn't fully understand, but I respect the sentiment. And the whole time I'm just thinking, like, who the fuck is this guy? Why is this guy helping me? Why are all these people helping me? What the fuck is going on in the world? Again, I'm still getting to know this YouTube thing, this modern world, and I'm trying to figure it out. Parts of it I don't like, but parts of it I do. Again, I've been trying to be more aggressive in helping other people on their channels, because this is some sort of weird interweb community of weirdos and their RVs, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Very popular. Didn't get a lot of message. John Brenner, you're the shit. Thank you very much. You also have been very helpful. Stoner and Associates. Maybe I shouldn't say your name. Maybe you don't want your name said. I'm sorry, but forget I said anything about that guy, because it was anonymous. However, someone else sent me a very large donation in PayPal. I'm just thinking, like, people are giving me money for this type of shit. I don't know. But really, thank all of you for the support. Thank you very much again for the kind words. It's crazy. Crazy world we live in. But I'm going to try to film throughout the tour and keep you guys updated what's going on in the tour. Going to take part of the tour. I might I got an old Chevette. It's the Rolling 78 tour, and it's about rolling around an old Chevette, but that thing is old, and my faith in old vehicles is waning a little bit. So I'm not sure yet. I'm going to take that for part of the tour, but we got northern Indiana, then back up through. We got to pass the RV again, so I might switch vehicles. I'm not quite sure yet. But me, the Zig, and Celine, we're going to bring jokes to the people, talk to the people. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then it's time to hunker down and get back into work mode, get down to business. And like I said, I treat money like fuel. And right now, the fuel tank is sitting on E, and I'm going to get it back up to where it needs to be, regroup, move on, and yeah, keep on rocking. And again, thank you guys. You guys are very motivating, very supportive. You're all sexy. every goddamn one of you. So thanks again very much. Again, here's to you, my friends, and you all have a nice night.